of course, expedites the need for renewed strategic defense agreements between us and the U.S.
Could you state your name?
Tyler James Robinson.
Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty for the suspect in conservative activist Charlie Kirk's murder. Tyler Robinson made an initial court appearance on Tuesday afternoon by video from jail. Utah prosecutors say they have filed 7 counts against him, including aggravated murder. Here's Utah County District Attorney Jeffrey Gray.
Following the press conference, I am filing a notice of intent to seek the death penalty. I do not take this decision lightly, and it is a decision I have made independently as county attorney, based solely on the available evidence and circumstances and nature of the crime.
Robinson is accused of firing the single rifle shot from a rooftop sniper's nest that pierced Kirk's neck last Wednesday at a Utah university. Kirk, the 31-year-old co-founder of the conservative student movement Turning Point USA and a key Trump ally, was speaking at an event attended by 3,000 people when he was gunned down. In court filings, prosecutors began to lay out the case against Robinson, who was at large for more than 30 hours before eventually turning himself in. The killing, captured in graphic video clips that went viral online, sparked denunciations of political violence across the ideological spectrum, but also unleashed a wave of partisan blame casting and concerns that Kirk's murder might lead to more bloodshed.
New Directions Community Credit Union is now open in Titusville. They may be new to our community, but they've been serving our region since 1974, providing their members with affordable products and services. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, volunteers, attends school, regularly conducts business, or who owns a business in Venango, Forest, Warren, or Crawford counties. Visit their new location at 206 South Martin Street in Titusville to learn more about becoming a member. Best of luck to all the students and athletes this fall from New Directions Community Credit Union.
Looking for expert orthopedic care? Dr. Charlie Gates, a trusted name at Titusville Area Hospital, can help you regain mobility and a better quality of life. With years of experience and a passion for personalized care, Dr. Gates specializes in treating a wide range of orthopedic conditions. Whether it's joint pain, sports injuries, or orthopedic surgery, trust Dr. Charlie Gates at Titusville Area Hospital for your orthopedic care. Call 814-827-9770 today to schedule your appointment.
Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning provides residential and light commercial air conditioning services throughout the area. They understand the importance of your cooling system working properly. That is why you can trust in Vanderhoof to do the job right. Whether it's a non-working air conditioner, yearly maintenance, or a new install, you can be assured that we will solve your problem quickly and efficiently. Your home's air conditioning system is far more than just temperature. It's a complete comfort system that combines temperature, humidity, air quality, and above all, safety. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville. Titusville Market Square is home to over 100 unique vendors featuring antiques, collectibles, candles, coins, baked goods, dairy products, food items, comic books, toys, and so much more. You'll discover something new every time you walk through the door. Did we mention the selection of baked goods, breads, Clark's Donuts, and Amish pies? Titusville Market Square has you covered. Stop in to explore today. Titusville Market Square in downtown Titusville.
Our new home.
Somebody pinch me.
Somebody say pinch?
Pinch,
Ooh,
pinch.
pinch time.
We mean we just bought this.
Yeah, we just bought a new house. Why are there crabs?
Don't call for pinches. Call for protection.
Hit it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right coverage for your new house and your car.
All right, which way to the sea?
We're in Ohio.
So is that close, or?
No.
You got a pool?
No.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Ronnie Long.
And I'm Lisa Mellon.
The name Armstrong reflects more than just a company. It's a promise.
While others focus on the short term, we're building for a future that's limitless.
From the dawn of cable television to the rise of the digital age, we've delivered cutting-edge technology like our advanced fiber network that redefines what's possible.
Guided by our core values, we have proudly served and strengthened communities like yours for generations.
Fat Chad's is Titusville's premier dining destination. Come hungry and enjoy these menu favorites: T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Dive into fresh pasta entrees like shrimp and scallop pasta or our signature Asiago chicken. And don't miss our famous burgers and fish sandwiches, all served with fresh cut fries. Fridays mean prime rib specials. Enjoy wild game Saturdays. And on Sundays, it's our all-you-can-eat wing buffet. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
211 is an easy-to-remember telephone number for finding health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. Every day, highly trained 211 call specialists provide referrals to basic human needs resources like food banks and shelters, physical and mental health, employment support, support for youth and child care programs, and support for adults and persons with disabilities. To learn more, dial 211 or visit pa211nw.org.
Robert Redford, who cut the mold as a quintessential handsome Hollywood leading man and devoted himself to supporting independent films, has died at the age of 89. Redford was once dismissed as just another California blonde, but his charm and craggy good looks made him one of the industry's most bankable leading men for half a century. His role in the 1969 Western caper Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid alongside Paul Newman launched him as one of the world's most recognizable and best-loved movie stars. He made hearts flutter in romantic roles such as Out of Africa. He played the dogged real-life journalist Bob Woodward in All the President's Men. And he played against type, acting a smarmy and middle-aged millionaire in Indecent Proposal. He used the millions he made to launch the Sundance Institute and Festival in the 1970s, promoting independent filmmaking.
Our job and our role is to create a space and a platform to bring new voices and new ways of seeing the world using independent film to this place. That's it. We're not interested in the money. That's somebody else's issue.
Intensely private, he bought land in remote Utah in the early 1970s for his family retreat and enjoyed a level of privacy unknown to most superstars. He was married for more than 25 years to his first wife before their divorce in 1985. In 2009, he married for a second time. Redford used his star status to seek out challenging film projects and to quietly champion environmental causes, such as the Natural Resources Defense Council and the National Wildlife Federation.
Well, first of all, we don't have a red carpet. That's the first thing. That's nice. Secondly, yes, I live here, and I'm happy to do something here where I live. So that's great. And the fact that I could bring something here to this community and also tie it to the film festival, which is great. So I'm pretty happy.
He never won the Oscar for Best Actor, but his 1980 directorial debut won Best Director and Best Picture. In 2001, he won an honorary Academy Award.
U.S. stocks ended lower on Tuesday, with the Dow dropping more than 0.25%, the S&P 500 shedding over 0.1%, and the Nasdaq dipping marginally. Investors were cautious ahead of an expected 25 basis point interest rate cut from the Federal Reserve on Wednesday, said Skylar Wynand, Chief Investment Officer at Regan Capital.
We've already seen a huge run-up in the stock market and the bond market just in the first 15 days of September here. So I don't think the market does a whole lot over the next 24 hours up until that Fed announcement.
Data on Tuesday showed that U.S. retail sales increased more than expected in August, but that did little to change rate cut expectations. Stocks on the move included Webtoon Entertainment, which soared 39% after the company said it will create a new digital platform to feature Disney comic brands, including Marvel and Star Wars. Oracle rose 1.5% after President Trump said the U.S. and China have a deal to keep the video app TikTok operating in the U.S., and multiple news outlets reported Oracle is part of the investor consortium. And shares of NVIDIA dropped more than 1.5% after Reuters reported weak demand in China for its new AI chip.
All right, let's take a look at that weather forecast for northwest Pennsylvania here this morning. Surprise, sunshine today. Clouds mixed in a little bit with temperatures in the low 80s. Some clouds this evening giving way to mainly clear skies overnight with lows in the low 30s. How about low 50s? Sorry about that. Slip of the tongue. Thursday, that's what I was going for. Partly cloudy skies, low 80s. Friday, partly cloudy, upper 70s. Saturday, sunshine, upper 70s. Sunday, partly cloudy, temperatures in the upper 70s. That is a look at your weather forecast at 7:13. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Woke up to the sun like a golden alarm. Pillow creased my cheek. Still warm in its charm. Stumbled to the couch, remote in my hand. The morning drill's on. It's the perfect plan.
Happy Wednesday, middle of the week. What a great shot this morning. Watching that sun come. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Look at that. Great way to start the day. Nice warm cup of coffee. Now that Amy smashed the coffee maker this morning, beat the heck out of it.
Only punched
you got
twice.
it working, right?
I know.
All right. It's the little things in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Happy Wednesday already. 17th day of September. There's no burr in September because it's really warm. It was so weird last night. We were in the gym doing volleyball, high school volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
I feel so bad for the girls. They're inside in the fall, in the winter, and then finally in the spring they get to break out and be outside. Everybody else is outside playing in this great weather, and they're in the gym.
But they like that sport.
I'm not saying they don't like the sport. I just feel bad for them. It's like,
well, maybe they don't want to be outside.
Okay, maybe they don't, but it's like everybody else is outside having fun. That's what I said, like a kid. Like you're looking out the window. That's how I keep picturing it. Like they're watching everybody else, run around outside having fun, and they're stuck inside.
They're focused.
Yeah. Well, I asked the softball coach last night because she was doing the announcements. I'm like, do you get to like spring and are the girls just finally excited to be outside? She goes, yeah, because they're in here, in the fall. And then she sort of echoed the same thing. And then, they got winter sports. They're inside. And then finally, she said, here's the kicker about spring, especially the last couple of years. You start outside where the weather's okay, like in March. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, April just turns, it's just bad. So they go from getting teased where they're outside for a little bit practicing, and then they're right back inside because the weather changes and it's nasty and they got to be inside. So
She goes, that's where it's like, oh, not the gym again. So, but no, it's fun. Volleyball played well. It's great to watch.
It's hard to like determine. Are those matches? They're called matches, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Like early on, like you're like, oh, they look, but then whoa, wait a second, they just came back. So I don't know. It's hard to determine like who's going to win.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you can blink if somebody's even up. You can blink and it'll go the other way quickly in volleyball. So that's the other thing. There's no really solid. I mean, unless this is like 20-5, there's a good chance you're probably going to win that. But
yeah.
If you're 5, 6, 7, 8 points ahead, you could blink and be tied up in no time.
Yeah.
Robert Redford passed away. That was the big breaking news yesterday. And everybody's shouting out all these great movies he was in, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the one that I didn't see mentioned at all, which is one of my favorite Robert Redford films, Sneakers.
Oh, yeah.
Sneakers.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd's in it. Sidney Poitier's in it. Who else? Is River Phoenix?
He might be.
Great movie. It's about people in the tech company, but they're spies. Ben Kingsley, I think, is in it. Sneakers. Phenomenal movie. You don't let me watch that movie very often.
It's not that I don't like you. It's like...
Well, you don't like it.
I don't pick it. I do like it. It's just not like, oh, I gotta watch it.
See, I was thinking about that yesterday. I was like, boy, I'd love to watch Sneakers. Just a little tribute to Robert Redford.
All right. Game on. I don't let you.
You
This is
don't.
what like movie night looks for us. Hey, Amy, pick a movie. How's about this?
I'm trying to be nice because I get my way on a lot of stuff. So I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's true. I say, hey, what do you want to watch? And then I'll be like, you sure?
Yeah.
How about this? Well, but it helps. It helps guide what we end up watching.
It helps guide my decision into your direction.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And it takes about 5 hours to pick something to watch. And by the time we finally pick something, we're so tired, we don't even finish it. So you spend 8 hours going through, finding something to watch.
Remember the saying, happy wife, happy life.
That's nonsense.
Yeah.
It is. Everybody knows it. Notice the men who say that also mumble that. Because they know there's no such thing.
Oh, you are so lucky.
So you're saying we could watch Sneakers then as a little...
I was, now not anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, Robert Redford passed away at 89, correct?
Mm-hmm. I think that's what I read.
I didn't know. He must... I don't know. I didn't read a cause. I think they'll probably release that down the road here.
Mm-hmm.
But... Because he looked like he was in good health, but you never know. You haven't... I'm trying to think. He was in like one of the Marvel movies recently, I think. Wasn't he? Or was he replaced by somebody?
I don't know.
Yeah. We kind of stopped watching the Marvel stuff.
Yeah, it got weird.
But yeah, all right. This is also that time of year where all these fall scents are out there, right? All these candles and it's irritating when you find something one year and then the next year they don't have anything close to it, or they didn't bring it back. We have all new scents. Like, no, what happened to the old ones?
Like your new. I think we went and there is a candle company. They're like, oh, check out these new scents, and there wasn't one we liked, but last year's candles were at a different store, so it's like, oh yeah, these are what I want.
Yeah, and you and I even differ there on what we like.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to you wouldn't think, but to find like a pumpkin, because I think they sometimes was it ginger?
Yeah.
Is that kind of like a false pumpkin?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that, or the apple. Yeah, I can't even describe it. But those are kind of hard to find a good one. Sorry,
Maybe it's just you.
It is. It is. What are you going for this time of year? Is there something in particular? Because that's what I drift to, is like sort of that apple, pumpkin, ginger type of.
I am with you on the pumpkin. I'm not an apple. I'm not you. Like, you are bent on these apple scents all of the time, and I hate them. But it's horrible. But yeah, no, I'm more of a pumpkin fall feeling.
Yeah.
We smelled one. What was it called? Football season or something? And like when I saw the scent online, I joked with a friend, like, does it smell like the locker room?
Oh boy, do I have to tell you something.
It smelled like Axe cologne. It was dreadful. But go ahead. What do you have to tell me?
No, so when we broadcast in the gym, like volleyball, like last night, we're in this little closet, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a stack of, I shouldn't even say, this should just be private conversation, a stack of like basketball gym bags with uniforms and stuff in them in the corner. And I walked in and I'm like, boy, something smells really bad. And there's a little garbage can there. And I assumed it was food or something in the garbage can. I'm getting things set up. And I kid you not, I was like this close from getting sick. Like this. And somebody had come into the room to talk to me for a moment. And they left. And I'm like, they must think that's me. That's not me.
Yeah.
So I went to them and I said, hey, can you come in here? And I'm like, do you smell that? Well, she was busy with something else, but I found where it was coming from. It was coming from one of those bags. So I had to I took the bag out of the room and I said, you might want to call hazmat to come and get that.
Yeah. Is it turned in gear? Is it?
Yeah, but I don't. It's almost like somebody left food in the bag. Oh, I'm sorry. People are probably having breakfast right now. Sorry. We'll end the conversation. But anyways, how did we get on that?
I have no football. Smell of football.
Yeah.
Something.
Well, there was a smell of that. So I would have put up with a football candle in there. Well, because I was also thinking, boy, it'd be nice just to light something here because it needs to be burned down because it's bad. But,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you showed me that football candle and not the most pleasant.
Axe cologne. It was overwhelming. It was gross. But go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. We're going to get to birthdays and what we're celebrating in just a moment. Yes?
Sure.
Excited about that?
Yeah.
You had a lot of birthdays yesterday.
I did.
So we'll see who's celebrating today and then also what we're celebrating. We've got Christa, Lundy, Susan Williams, our friends from Titusville Area Hospital will be in.
Awesome.
Kelly Clark's bringing some guests in. We're going to talk about Penny. So looking forward to that later this morning. And if you missed that, don't worry. We'll reshare that with you tomorrow morning. So you won't totally miss out on that. All right, let's get to birthdays here. Today, we mentioned, is the 17th day of September.
All right.
Who's celebrating a birthday today?
Actress Cassandra Peterson, better known as
Elvira.
There you go. 74 years old today. Director Paul Feig is 63. Director Baz Luhrmann is 63. Actress Danielle Brooks is 36. And actress Denise Taunts is 31. And out of all of that, I knew one person, but okay.
Who? Elvira.
Elvira.
No, Paul Feig, he directed some Arrested Development shows and your female Ghostbuster movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Your female Ghostbuster. You hate it. I know.
Not for because they're women. That has nothing to do with it. I just didn't like it.
You don't like their style of humor versus the original. Right. Like
no.
Okay.
I don't think that's it at all.
Okay. Sorry. I just thought you didn't think. No, they have a different. If you look at SNL casts, because that's basically what you have.
Yeah.
In both of those, as they develop over the years, they're all a little bit different. It's not like they're like each other. I think they had a different style to their humor.
Well, that could be, but I don't know if that was it.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. You may.
Do you want to celebrate something today, or do you just want to keep poking
No,
the
no,
bear?
no. Just poke the bear.
Okay,
I'm having fun with that. Happy wife. Go ahead.
Australian Citizenship Day, Constitution Day, International Country Music Day, International Patient Safety Day, National Apple Dumpling Day, National DEI Day, National Monte Cristo Day, National Pet Bird Day, National Pet Carbon Monoxide Safety Day, National Professional House Cleaners Day, National School Backpack Awareness Day, National Table Shuffleboard Day, Smithsonian Day, Time's Up Day, British Food Fortnight, National Cleanup Week in New Zealand, World Clean and Green Week. And that is all.
Okay. Favorite Australians? Do you have any? Like Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, no, Russell Crowe, Nicole Kidman. I like the Hemsworth.
Sam Worthington is Australian.
I don't know who he is.
Actor.
Okay.
Actually, Rupert Murdoch, the media mogul's Australian. Let's see. You said the Hemsworth, the whole clan, or just...
I like, I'm going to screw up which one is which. Thor, a little bit more.
Chris.
Than...
Liam. Don't ask me why I know this. Kate Blanchett, the actress.
I love her. I did not know she was Australian.
G'day.
I love her.
How about Crocodile Dundee?
Oh, there you
Paul
go.
Hogan.
The Wiggles.
The Wiggles.
There you
go. Toot, chugga, chugga.
Fruit salad. Yummy, yummy.
Heath Ledger.
Oh, okay.
How about Steve Irwin? We're doing past people who've passed, right?
Yeah.
AC/DC? I don't know. Some good Australians. I would go. Would you visit Australia, or
yeah,
the bug's too big?
I don't know.
You know, a spider like this big crawling into your... I don't know. You'd go?
Sure.
It'd be that's a long trip, isn't it?
Yes.
I just saw somebody we know was taking a trip to New Zealand. Like, that would be beautiful.
That would
to
be
explore.
amazing. I would like that.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. But then I saw somebody posted their trip to Hawaii, and we've been once, and it would be fun to go back. But they took this beautiful picture. They were driving through, I don't know where they were, but it was absolutely stunning. And I'm like, where is that? Like, I want to go to there.
I think our trip was awesome, and we went to the island of Kauai, and it was not as commercialized as the main island, and it was amazing. I loved it because it wasn't as overwhelming. It was just purely beautiful.
Absolutely stunning. All right, we're coming up on 7:30. We'll have the latest headlines for you. Speaking of stunning, look at the beautiful sunrise this morning. Great way to start your Wednesday, middle of the week already.
Ouch.
Hey, I can see the weekend. It's just right over there. It's coming up.
Maybe.
So's your news headlines.
The morning drill. The morning drill. The morning drill. The morning drill. The morning drill.
Of course, expedites the need for renewed strategic defense agreements between us and the U.S.
Could you state your name?
Tyler James Robinson. Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty for the suspect in conservative activist Charlie Kirk's murder. Tyler Robinson made an initial court appearance on Tuesday afternoon by video from jail. Utah prosecutors say they have filed 7 counts against him, including aggravated murder. Here's Utah County District Attorney Jeffrey Gray.
Following the press conference, I am filing a notice of intent to seek the death penalty. I do not take this decision lightly, and it is a decision I have made independently as county attorney, based solely on the available evidence and circumstances and nature of the crime.
Robinson is accused of firing the single rifle shot from a rooftop sniper's nest that pierced Kirk's neck last Wednesday at a Utah university. Kirk, the 31-year-old co-founder of the conservative student movement Turning Point USA and a key Trump ally, was speaking at an event attended by 3,000 people when he was gunned down. In court filings, prosecutors began to lay out the case against Robinson, who was at large for more than 30 hours before eventually turning himself in. The killing, captured in graphic video clips that went viral online, sparked denunciations of political violence across the ideological spectrum, but also unleashed a wave of partisan blame casting and concerns that Kirk's murder might lead to more bloodshed.
Vehicle shopping? Make sure you check out Titusville Ford first. Shop our amazing selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. Visit us on Route 8 in Titusville and see why our customer service is a cut above the rest. Titusville Ford, your hometown dealer.
Discover unforgettable savings of over $8,000 off your next Chevy truck at Community Chevrolet's September to Remember sales event.
It's like the saying goes, a golden retriever never forgets.
I'm not sure you have that right, Clark. You might want to acknowledge the elephant in the room. What's truly memorable is Community's savings this month of more than $8,000 off a 2025 Silverado and nearly $5,000 off top SUVs like the Tahoe. So don't forget about the September to Remember sales event this month only at Community Chevrolet.
Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom, ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Whether you want to go and lead in your craft in the trades, whether you want to go and be that nurse or medical worker and have a real impact on lives, or whether you want to go and help that business improve its bottom line, this is the place, and now is your time to go with confidence, to go with skill, to go succeed. The Education and Training Center at Pitt Titusville.
I needed a place I could feel cared for without the long drive. I chose Meadville OBGYN because both my sisters came here, highly recommended Dr. Kristen. Dr. Kristen makes me feel very comfortable, like I'm family, like we're friends, very personable. My daughter Evie was born breech, and it was Dr. Kristen and Dr. Barco, and they were incredible. It was a wonderful experience. I wouldn't ever want to go anywhere else.
Community Connect Federal Credit Union, serving Crawford, Venango, Forest, and Warren counties. Their mission is to provide quality, low-cost, and personal financial products for the growth and security of their members and families. Stop in, call, or visit our website, communityconnectfcu.com, and click Join to get started. Community Connect Federal Credit Union, 1050 East Spring Street in Titusville.
I'm Ben Leach, Republican nominee for Magisterial District Judge, reminding you to get out and vote Tuesday, November 4th. As the only candidate with over 13 years of real courtroom experience and a dedicated career in the justice system, I've consistently demonstrated the ability to remain fair and impartial. As I continue my lifelong dedication to serving our community, I strive to be the kind of leader our citizens deserve. On November 4th, vote with confidence for a candidate who is qualified day one, bringing the experience needed to serve as your next Magisterial District Judge.
U.S. stocks ended lower on Tuesday, with the Dow dropping more than 0.25%, the S&P 500 shedding over 0.1%, and the Nasdaq dipping marginally. Investors were cautious ahead of an expected 25 basis point interest rate cut from the Federal Reserve on Wednesday, said Skylar Wynand, Chief Investment Officer at Regan Capital.
We've already seen a huge run-up in the stock market and the bond market just in the first 15 days of September here. So I don't think the market does a whole lot over the next 24 hours up until that Fed announcement.
Data on Tuesday showed that U.S. retail sales increased more than expected in August, but that did little to change rate cut expectations. Stocks on the move included Webtoon Entertainment, which soared 39% after the company said it will create a new digital platform to feature Disney comic brands, including Marvel and Star Wars. Oracle rose 1.5% after President Trump said the U.S. and China have a deal to keep the video app TikTok operating in the U.S., and multiple news outlets reported Oracle is part of the investor consortium. And shares of Nvidia dropped more than 1.5% after Reuters reported weak demand in China for its new AI chip.
Donald Trump arrived in the UK late Tuesday for an unprecedented second state visit to the country. The trip will see both pomp and protests, but the two nations also hope it will mark the start of a new era in investment. To mark the event, they've agreed a tech prosperity deal with an estimated value of $42 billion. Among the major investments promised, Microsoft says it will spend around $30 billion expanding cloud and AI infrastructure in the UK. It will also help build the country's biggest AI supercomputer in northeast London. Google promised almost $7 billion in spending on a new data centre and AI research. And Nvidia said it would deploy 120,000 advanced chips across the country. It could all be a timely boost for embattled UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who is under pressure to revive growth. He wants to pitch Britain as a destination for further investment, touting it as offering the kind of light-touch regulation favoured by the US. The UK government says the new pact will include efforts to use AI in healthcare, expand quantum computing capabilities, and streamline civil nuclear projects. Trump's visit is unlikely to be all plain sailing, however, with the US president a divisive figure in the UK. In a possible taste of things to come, protesters projected images of him with the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein onto the walls of Windsor Castle. Starmer will be hoping there are no more such stunts when his guest arrives at the castle on Wednesday to be feted with a day of royal pageantry.
President Trump arrives in the UK on Tuesday, but will Brand Britain benefit? US officials say more than $10 billion worth of deals covering energy and technology will be on the table at this week's state visit. Google has already announced a £5 billion investment in UK data centres, and Centrica announced a tie-up with a US nuclear energy company to build 20 small modular reactors to power data centres. British politicians hope the invitation to meet the King will help charm Trump into offering better trade terms for Britain. But is the strategy working? Jamie Lindsay is a UK equities analyst at Artemis. Jamie, Britain's big achievement here so far has been a 10% flat tariff. Has that made a big difference for British companies?
I think what's important to recognise when trade deals are announced is it often takes a very long time for the details to get ironed out and for the implementation to take place. But As we often see in financial markets, businesses and investment anticipates changes coming. There's not very little tangible evidence that Britain is selling meaningfully more to the States as a result of what has been announced so far. But as long-term investors in British businesses, we like any positive news that improves the prospects for the British economy and British businesses over the long term.
President Trump is bringing tech CEOs, including Nvidia's Jensen Huang and OpenAI's Sam Altman, who are promising investment in Britain's tech industry. Is that a significant positive, or is Britain's tech industry just lagging too far behind the US?
One unusual dynamic we've seen playing out over the last 18 months is that there's a greater trend towards capital flows being allocated via politics rather than purely by economics. And if our positive relationship with the States results in more investment in the UK, that is clearly a positive. But in the most fundamental senses, these investments will only happen if Britain is seen as an attractive place to invest. And the fact that these business leaders are coming suggests that they are positively inclined towards it.
Blackstone is one of several US private equity groups who've promised more investment in British companies. Is that a net positive, or is there a risk that the more US private equity and venture capital investment comes, the more that will dissuade companies from going to the public markets here in Britain?
At its core, the quantum of investment is the most important metric for deriving the future capacity of the UK economy and the future well-being of the British people. As public market investors whose assets are largely, we largely manage money for British pensioners, we think it is good if the retirement of our end clients is aligned to the prospects of British businesses, and therefore we think that having publicly listed successful UK businesses is a good thing. But as I say, if capital is flowing here and investment is coming because Britain is open for business, that is good for the economy as well.
Joining us this morning is the Executive Director of the Meadville Area Chamber of Commerce. It's Christa Lundy. Christa, good morning. Good to see you, good to hear from you this morning.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Well, give us a recap of how everything went last weekend.
Oh, the Wine, Brew, and Spirits Walk was absolutely wonderful. The weather couldn't have been any better. I mean, we had close to 80 and sunshine, and we had close to 500 people in downtown Meadville, and actually more because second Saturday was absolutely packed from 8 a.m. till they were done about 2 o'clock, and then we transitioned right into the wine walk from 3 to 7. I mean, people were out in the streets with the vendors at the market house, people having breakfast, people having lunch in the restaurant. And then thanks so much to all of our volunteers who helped make the day a success. We could not do this one, especially without the volunteers. Thanks to all the sponsors for, like Street Track and Trail sponsored the side-by-side to help us do that wine check and merchandise check. A lot of people purchase things at different stores, so I love that new addition that people can shop while they're in line and just check that with their same number. And we had First National Bank and Kinetic and Hagen Business Machines of Meadville that sponsored that. Eternal Glow sponsored our wine tasting glasses, so we only had a couple broke, no problem. We'll replenish them, but I mean, when you have 500 people, a couple is just fine. And a lot of our vendors sold out of things, or some of them that were relatively close had to go back and get more product and come back. So That's a good thing. It was a wonderful day, Saturday in downtown Meadville. And the evening, I know when we got done about, 8:30, 8:45, going around picking up all the signage, the restaurants were really busy. There was live music playing at a couple of them. So it was a wonderful day. Thanks to everyone. And thanks to all the people who attended, who came to the event. Because I know there were a lot of options. There were a lot of events happening in the region, and we're just very thankful we had that many people, and hope to have some more next year.
How many times did you say, or did somebody say, next year we need to blah, blah, blah?
Not very. We don't hear that too often. Okay. There aren't too many things we want to change. Just next year, I know the Riverside Brewing event is going to be a different weekend. They had a big festival there, and they want to participate in our event, and they had a lot of people that went to that. We had a couple other things, but we didn't have really too many things we want to change about the event. We've got it down to a science now. So, yeah, all was good.
All right. I know it'll be already planning for next year, and I'm sure you have a lot of those vendors who attended that said, hey, make sure you let us know about next year.
We did, and actually we already sent an email to all of the host locations, which there were a few new ones this year, and they loved it and said, oh, count me in for next year. And we had a couple new vendors, and they already said the same thing, and we asked for constructive criticism if there's anything they'd like us to change. Because some of those vendors do a lot of these events, and if they're seeing something great somewhere, let us know. We'll certainly, make some changes. We want to make it the best it can be. But, yeah, we already had our little wrap-up meeting, and on to the next, because we have a lot of other things happening and a couple big signature events happening very soon. But we have a crazy next couple of weeks. We have a ribbon cutting tomorrow at Papa John's Pizza. They're giving away pizza for a year. We're going to be there at 11 a.m. tomorrow, so looking forward to that. And that will be from 11 to 1. Free slices of pizza, and they're doing the ribbon cutting grand opening. So that's the 18th, obviously, tomorrow. And then next Monday, we kick it right off because our Businesswomen's Roundtable group is at No Place Like Home Decor at their relatively new location. They've been there about a year, but it's over in the Woodcock area, so the ladies will be there. Looking forward to that. And then next Tuesday, we have something every day next week, Luke, every day. Tuesday, we have our HR meeting, and that will be at Haas's, of course, and Carolyn Hall of TNT Coverage Connections is going to give us an insurance update. And then next Thursday is our after hours at Bayshore Homes, getting to see all the new homes they have out there. Okay, I lied. Friday, we don't have something official. We just have a meeting in the office.
Well, those are important.
They are very important. They are very important because we're working on the Women in Business Expo. Our vendor spots are half filled already. So, ladies, if you are interested in having a spot at that, that is going to be Wednesday, October 15th at the Country Club of Meadville. 2 really great speakers coming, and it's just women supporting other business women, whether you have a home-based business or a business where you sell something like a boutique or something downtown or in the region. You don't have to be just from Meadville, but or you have just a business or nonprofit organization you would like people to know about. Bring your rack cards, bring your laptop with information, come and visit with people, bring your business cards, and let us know what you have to offer. So that's a great evening, and 2 really dynamic, community-minded businesswomen. We have Kathleen Layer of Kathleen Layer Coaching. She's talking about beyond body image, becoming and loving the best version of you. And I think that's very, very important for women of all ages. And we do invite people to bring their daughters. Like, this is a really great event for them to see what people can do and what there is offered out there in the community with businesses. And then Bonnie Kuhn is the Vice President of Kuhn Tool and Die, and also the first woman chairperson or president of the National Tooling and Machining Association. So 2 very different spectrums there, talking business related and then motivational, inspirational.
That's great.
And that's 1 month from now.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, we're going to be talking Christmas soon, Luke.
Well, I see.
I actually just talked to someone about a bus bringing us over to the Cross Creek event. So, yeah, we are talking it already, I guess.
Well, I saw that you'd posted on your Facebook page a lot of Halloween-related things, trunk or treat.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of holiday stuff coming. Again, it's exciting. I think people get excited. I think businesses get excited because, again, it's another spotlight on supporting local business. So I think that's why there's also that excitement. And we have so many great businesses. And I know we talk all the time about actually parking your car and getting out and walking around and explore. But over the next couple months, really, especially with this weather, get out and just have a good time. Get a good, bite to eat at a great local business. Check check into these great, mom and pop. Listen, the box stores, I know it's exciting to go there. Still go there. But make time to go visit these other stores in your downtown because there's some great finds.
Absolutely. And some hidden gems.
Yeah.
And I know that's a big part of our Wine, Brew, and Spirits Walk. We bring people in from all over. And we have people from Pittsburgh. We have people from Youngstown. We have people from Grand Valley. Like, we look at the places where people are coming from, and they're seeing our downtown and what we have, in a lot of these places. And there's things that you might not think of inside some stores. So absolutely hidden gems in every little community, and those are the places that support your ball teams, your churches, your fundraisers, your school projects, whatever, things like that. They're the ones that support those, so be sure to support those, especially during holiday time.
Well, the other thing, Christa, is I know sometimes we up here like to, venture out and go down to Pittsburgh to visit things. Those folks want to, escape Pittsburgh, so they're coming up here to visit. And you just showcased a lot of businesses where they're saying, hey, you know what? Let's come back, next weekend or another weekend in the fall and really get a chance to walk around and spend time here. So, again, that event, that's another great positive impact outside of just, hosting an event. It's getting folks familiar with what we have in our downtowns.
Absolutely, and every small town around has something like that. I mean, you have Oil Festival, you have your wine walk there. I mean, Sagertown just had a new event, Sagertown Days. Cambridge Springs has a big festival. A lot is happening in Conneaut Lake. They're doing a lot more in their downtown. Lionsville has the tractor parade. Like, everybody has something, so take advantage of not only the town that you live in, but the region around it, because we want to be a destination area, and people might be coming to Meadville for an event, but they're staying for the weekend, or they see some things, so they want to come back, and hey, maybe they're going to go to Conneaut Lake next time, maybe they're going to venture over to Titusville, maybe they're going to, whatever it might be. We want to be thinking of the bigger picture and supporting the region, not just the small town that you're in. Don't get me wrong. You definitely want to do that, but think of the bigger picture and the outskirts of the area that you're in as well.
Right. You're watching the Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Well, speaking of Armstrong, I see they're having a business after-hours event on Thursday, October 2nd.
They are. We have our after-hours next week, and then the following week there will be another one, because those after-hours, the businesses get to choose the date of the month that they want to have it. And so we just happened that Bayshore Homes wanted to have one the end of the month, and then the next month Armstrong wanted to have one the beginning. So they are relatively close, but those two businesses are two of the Chamber's biggest supporters. I have great friends at both places, looking forward to both of those events and seeing what Bayshore has new with their homes and so forth, and hearing from the Martin family about what is happening there and what they're doing. And they do a big Halloween event for the community, so I'm sure they'll talk about that. And then Armstrong, of course, we're going to be in the warehouse, and Megan, their marketing coordinator, used to work at the Chamber, is still a dear friend. We see her very often. We collaborate with them on several things and see her and Kevin for various things. They're one of our greatest supporters, and we collaborate with them often. So we're really looking forward to going there, and I'm sure we'll hear from some of their staff and hear about what they are doing in the community, which is a lot. So looking forward to both those events.
It doesn't slow down for you, does it?
It does not. I'm sounding a little tired this morning, can you tell?
It's only Wednesday.
It's been really hectic. Friday was our Leadership Meadville class, their first official class besides orientation. It was History Day. So all of the students were there, all 20 of them. So they had their leadership portion in the morning with Gary, and then they went to the Baldwin Reynolds House Museum and heard from Josh Sherritt. Came back to the Train Depot Museum and heard from Doug Sikorsky, a local historian, and then went to the Sippy Museum over in Sagertown, the National Tooling Museum there, and then come back and heard from Victoria Dixon, from the Visitors Bureau about our FEME France connection and what that has done over the years for our community and different things there. So it was a great day. And then we had our Leadership Meadville Committee meeting yesterday at 4 o'clock, so we talked about that and the upcoming couple classes. And then I had a meeting last night at 5:30 about our Italy trip. So I had about 20 people in the chamber office last night talking about our Italy trip and I was giving tips and packing tips and all of their information to them. So yeah, it was a long day. So I'm dragging a little bit this morning.
Well, just a couple quick things here. One, just so people know, if they're not a chamber member but would like to be, but want to sit down, learn more, or just get an idea, they can contact you at the office. They can stop in. What's recommended?
Either one. You can shoot us a message on social media. You can email us. You can stop in and see us at 908 Diamond Park. We're in the beautiful Allegheny College Founders House, the yellow building with the white pillars on Diamond Park. You can call us at 814-337-8030, any of those. And any of us can set up a meeting with you. I actually have a meeting today with the marketing person from Papa John's coming up from Pittsburgh and wanting to know how they can get more involved and going over some things for their event tomorrow.
That's great. And then things like Women in Business Expo, that's coming up in about a month's time. Again, tickets you can get. Can they stop in the office, get them online? What do you recommend there?
There are no actual physical tickets.
Okay.
You just have to call and make a reservation because it is a reservation. We need to know how many people for food-wise and so forth. We usually have about 175 to 185 women there. But if you'd like to reserve a vendor space, please do that sooner than later, ladies, if you're thinking of that. Because I know last year, 1 week, we had about half filled, and then like 10 days later, we were full with a waiting list. So be sure to call and reserve your vendor table for that.
Okay. And then for other things coming up that folks might want to get involved with, again, they can look at those upcoming events on the website, Facebook page, get a hold of you, and they might say or be thinking, boy, you know, our business, this event that you have would be a great fit. Is there any way we could, sponsor it or be part of it? Again, those are conversations you love to have as well.
Absolutely. We're always looking for sponsors for different things. We have several ways to get your company logo or name out there, and we are planning events for 2026. We've already had that meeting and are trying to get as many events confirmed for our 2026 calendar to get that in the December calendar. So anyone wanting to hold a businesswomen's roundtable, or if you want to hold an after hours, or if you have a speaker for one of our HR roundtables, or if you're having an anniversary celebration or whatever that might be, please get a hold of us so we can add that to our calendar.
Christa, great catching up with you here this morning.
You too. Thanks, Luke. And I will be out of town next Wednesday, but I'll talk to you in 2 weeks.
Sounds good. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. You too.
All right. That's Christa Lundy joining us here this morning, Executive Director of the Meadville Area Chamber of Commerce.
of course, expedites the need for renewed strategic defense agreements between us and the U.S.
Interstate Pipe and Supply takes pride in providing superior customer service. That's why our dedicated employees are well trained and have the experience to offer friendly, quick, and reliable service and support. Need materials delivered to your job site? No problem. Interstate offers fast delivery from our 4 locations in Western Pennsylvania. We also serve Eastern Ohio, Northern Western Virginia, and Western New York. Service means business at Western Pennsylvania's premier pipe and supply company, Interstate Pipe and Supply.
Anyone with a kind and generous heart and a little money can be a philanthropist. You too can be a force for good in our community, and the Crawford Heritage Community Foundation is here to help you make the most of your charitable giving. We've partnered with hundreds of people like you to make our world and our community a better place. You can give through us to support scholarships or any charitable organization or purpose. Whether you're interested in establishing a permanent endowment or adding to an existing fund, we want to be a part of your plan. Contact us when you're ready to make your mark. Together, we can make your contribution go further.
The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home has been serving the needs of Titusville and surrounding communities since 1965. Mr. Garrett believed in tradition and commitment to excellence, standards that have been passed down from one generation to now a new generation, who will work to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. When you need them, they will be there for you. This has been their foundation for almost 60 years. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, 303 North Washington Street in Titusville. Share the fun of train travel and relive our country's oil history as you ride the OC&T through the valley that changed the world. Learn about the past while traveling on vintage cars. See a variety of wildlife with stops at Drakewell Park, Petroleum Center, and Oil Creek State Park. Arrive early and see the vast collection of train and railroad memorabilia at Perry Street Station. After the ride, enjoy a night's stay at the Caboose Motel. For seasonal specials or for more information, visit octrr.org or call 814-676-1733. For over 30 years, J. Gill Plumbing and Heating has taken pride in being the premier heating and air conditioning service provider in the area. Our highly skilled and certified technicians will work closely with you to address your heating and air conditioning repair, installation, or maintenance needs. And with the J. Gill Service membership, you can take advantage of additional benefits like filter replacements and priority service scheduling. Plus, members get 10% off future projects. Call today to get a free estimate or ask about financing options. Call J. Gill Plumbing and Heating today or visit them online at jgillplumbingheating.com. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom. Ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
211 is a simple telephone number to remember when you don't know where to go for help. Dial 211 when needing to find health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. It's free and confidential, and you'll have access to thousands of programs and services for emergency and non-emergency situations. Visit pa211nw.org to learn more, and remember, help is available by calling 211.
Are you tired of juggling multiple pill bottles? Titusville Express Pharmacy has your solution, now offering compliance packaging. Your medication sorted and sealed by dose, making it easier than ever to stay on track. In a hurry? Take advantage of our convenient drive-through service. We also offer free local delivery for those that qualify. Titusville Express Pharmacy, where convenience meets care. Visit us today at 401 West Spring Street in Titusville. Simplify your medication routine with Titusville Express Pharmacy.
U.S. stocks ended lower on Tuesday, with the Dow dropping more than 0.25%, the S&P 500 shedding over 0.1%, and the Nasdaq dipping marginally. Investors were cautious ahead of an expected 25 basis point interest rate cut from the Federal Reserve on Wednesday, said Skylar Wynand, Chief Investment Officer at Regan Capital.
We've already seen a huge run-up in the stock market and the bond market just in the first 15 days of September here. So I don't think the market does a whole lot over the next 24 hours up until that Fed announcement.
Data on Tuesday showed that U.S. retail sales increased more than expected in August, but that did little to change rate cut expectations. Stocks on the move included Webtoon Entertainment, which soared 39% after the company said it will create a new digital platform to feature Disney comic brands, including Marvel and Star Wars. Oracle rose 1.5% after President Trump said the U.S. and China have a deal to keep the video app TikTok operating in the U.S., and multiple news outlets reported Oracle is part of the investor consortium. And shares of NVIDIA dropped more than 1.5% after Reuters reported weak demand in China for its new AI chip.
Well, just a quick look at the weather forecast for northwest Pennsylvania. Sunshine and clouds mixed today with temperatures in the low 80s. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with the low in the low 50s. And Thursday, mainly clear skies early on, then a few clouds late with high low 80s once again tomorrow. And then we're going to be slipping into the upper 70s over the next few days, well into next week. So the nice weather continues. And I know people are saying we need rain. Doesn't look like we're going to see any rain anytime soon. So enjoy the sunshine. 7 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. This is the Morning Drill. Joining us this morning is the President and CEO of the Venango Area Chamber of Commerce. It's Susan Williams. Good morning, Susan. How are you?
Good morning. Fabulous. I have had such a great, interesting day already.
Already?
Already. I was just sitting here thinking about just how fortunate I am to be in a profession that allows me to meet such interesting people and do things that I think are super meaningful. I'll give you a quick rundown.
Okay.
I heard a bing early this morning, and turns out it was from a young professional who we engaged with actually in high school, who now is saying, I'm ready to come home. Help me connect.
Wow.
I can only say that it's someone that is in a much needed profession. I don't think this will be any problem to find a place to land, hopefully sooner than later, but we'll this is why we work with students. This is why we work with young professionals, and this is why we want to stay in touch with our businesses. So when the day comes, we're ready to go. I followed up with a couple of emails with businesses who I'm trying to connect with. One, to connect them to one of our local schools who has a very well-known good program that they want to connect with a manufacturer. 2 other emails with businesses I intend to meet with in the next week for interviews in our story to talk about everything from succession planning to why manufacturing is alive and well. Another email about doing a podcast with one of our nonprofits. So those were all done before 8 o'clock this morning. They could have easily been done between 9 and 10, but there are more things to do today. Because as soon as I get done with this, I should have a young woman who's in high school ready to shadow me for the morning.
Wow.
My staff and get to hear about what a normal day is like here at the chamber. Not that this isn't a normal day, but to have that much activity before 8 is perhaps a little unusual. And I drug in my luggage and some basil today because our day today is going to end with meeting with all of our travelers who are going to Italy with us. So a little bit of, snacks to share with them and luggage to show them, how I'm preparing in terms of packing and making this the easiest, best trip possible. So, just a typical day in the life of a chamber director.
Boy, I'll tell you, that sounds very exciting.
It's, it's really wonderful what goes on here. We often say that we think people just don't realize what, all of the things that the chamber is involved in. So some of it are those small tasks that, just keep an office running. I have some of those that I'll have to complete today. This has been a payroll week. We've paid our employees. We've made sure that the rent is paid and those kind of things that aren't as exciting. But when we get to connect businesses to new employees, when we get to talk about traveling the world with community members, those are opportunities that can be afforded through the chamber.
What are your, so I've got a ton of questions to ask you. One I don't want to forget about is the initial conversation. And I want to ask you about real estate agents and commercial space and all that. But before we get to that, let's talk about the trip real quick. What are you hoping that folks get out of this? Because it's more than just, hey, we're taking people over to Italy. People are going to form relationships. They're going to meet people. They're going to form bonds that are going to last forever. What are some things you hope they bring back with them after this trip?
Yeah, exactly what you've mentioned. But, when we opened this up, it was opened up to anyone in the community. So it wasn't targeted necessarily to, to businesses, to members. We do have some members going with us, some that are currently in business, some that have been in business and are retired, and several who actively volunteer for our members frequently. So we hope that, one of the kind of side effects of the trip is that we do get to show everyone that's traveling that they have a chamber in their community who is working hard, who wants to connect them to the good things in the community. Many of them may have children, grandchildren, neighbors who need to know what the chamber does. But that will be, that sounds like work, communicating that. We'll try to do this all while building relationships. We also think it's really important for people to see things outside their community. You can be sure that Kat and I will be drawing comparisons. Wow, there's an idea that maybe could be translated back to our community, something that worked really well for us as travelers that we might be able to do to make someone have a better experience where we are. It also might be showing that some of the problems that we are challenged by in our community exist on the other side of the world. And so really allowing us to take some fresh new perspective on what works in different places. So there are a lot of opportunities, and then we just want to have fun.
Right. Yeah.
And so tonight is the start of showing them that we just really want to have fun. We want to make sure that we remove any barriers that might make it harder to travel. There's no guarantees in group travel that we won't run into a delay or something unexpected. But what's in our control, we're going to try to control.
It sounds incredible, and hopefully successful enough where I know prior to COVID 5-6 years ago, it was the goal for the chamber to maybe come up with trips on a regular basis to take people out in groups, but then also come back and, again, it's a great networking opportunity. And I don't mean that just in the sense of business, but just people in your community.
Yes, we're excited that the Meadville Chamber is going as well. While we won't be on the same plane getting there, we will be sharing some of the same hotels and going to some of the same places. So it will be extra special to know that we have friends that will be close by the whole time, and that hopefully will provide some additional networking opportunities. And while this may be the start of a chamber travel program where we'll get to travel a lot, we'd also love to turn people into travelers. We think that the best way to gain new perspective of our community is to make sure that you're visiting other communities, whether it's the other side of the river, the community up or down the highway, or going further, to another state or to another country. We find that the people that have the best perspective of our community are those who have been out and have a clear understanding that we're all a lot alike.
I think my favorite part of a trip is that getting the suitcase and throwing it in the car and driving to the airport. It's like the anticipation and the excitement.
See, that's what's so important about being with other people in variety. My least favorite part is when I take my suitcase and roll away from my house and put it in my car. I have anxiety, and I will tell you that I have not talked to anyone professional about this, but my interpretation is I love my home. I love what's there. I have anxiety about leaving, and it's not fear. It's just that. And so the best part of the trip for me is coming home. I love coming home. But in between is really exciting and fun, and I keep doing it, so obviously I like it.
That's hilarious. For me, I hate leaving the vacation, especially if it's a good one. However, coming back into town, it's like good to be back.
Yeah.
So, Well,
it really is. I have not done very many trips where at the end of the trip I thought well, I've never thought I don't want to go home, but I've rarely thought I'd like another day, another week. There are things I want to come back and see, people that I know I'll miss when I leave them, but coming home is the best part.
Well, I think there's also, you and I are similar, and I think wherever we are, we're always kind of thinking about work. And it's always like, boy, how can I apply? I can't wait to get back and try this, or I want to do this. So,
yeah, I purposely booked my own room because I have full intentions that if you need me and and I get a beep or an email, I will work as I always have. So don't think that because I'm out of the country that I'm inaccessible. Your chamber is available to you all the time.
Well, I hope you still enjoy it. But so going back to the beginning part of the conversation, that is a great email to receive on a Wednesday morning. How important is it, and maybe it's not necessarily your role, but are you keeping track with real estate agents, with just commercial space in town? So when somebody gets a hold of you, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, boy, I know a space that might be good for this person, or at least maybe we should put this person in contact with somebody who knows.
Yes and no. Absolutely, I am in conversations almost daily about both what housing is available. Do we have the appropriate housing? Are there things that as community leaders we can do to impact that? What does commercial space look like? And at both sides, I have people talk to me about wanting appropriate commercial space. They'll often, I always say, describe to me, what's it going to feel like when you open your doors? How much space do you need? What do you want? What are your parking needs? What is your access? Do you have to be first floor retail, or, are you just looking for a place to land at an office every day? So I have those conversations frequently, if not daily, very frequently. But also, we have members that are that have space to rent. So to the extent that we can help them know, here's how you can make sure that that's available via our membership directory, that on the directory that you come up when people are looking for apartments or commercial rental, that you link them to where they can find out more about what space you have available. Those are things that are built into membership to do. We're always looking for ways to do it better, ways to engage our members in providing more information, better information. So that's ongoing. But that's definitely part of what we do.
And I'm sure
informally.
Yeah, I'm sure it also works where the real estate agents should be having conversations with you and be engaged in that department, where they're saying, hey, if you hear of somebody or talking with somebody, let them know we have this available.
Just this week, we had a new owner of one of our downtown properties that, as soon as I heard that the sale went, I gave a quick call. Congratulations, I hear you now own, a neighboring property. How can we be helpful? You clearly have empty space. What are you looking for? And within 24 hours, he was in my office.
Wow.
Saying, yeah, well, we have some ideas, and gave me an opportunity as a community leader to say, I can't tell you what to do with your space, but I don't like that idea. I don't think that complements our community. But, here's something that would be much needed, and got a response, we can think about that. So, if we don't enter conversations with people who are developing space, buying space, and tell them about what we hope will be a good fit, then how would they know? They're going to base how they're using properties on what their past experience is. And that may be in another community or another neighborhood that is perfectly appropriate for what they have in mind, but maybe not what's going to make them most successful in our community most successful.
Those have to be fascinating conversations to have, and you must meet a lot of exciting people that are just, I'm sure not all the time, but engaged in wanting to do what's best for the community.
Some more exciting than others, but yeah, this was a great opportunity. And I will say that it's a fine line to walk as a community leader, knowing when it's my business and when it's not, and how to approach that in a way that I don't have the authority to tell people what to do, or believe that it's my job to always offer my opinion. But I have learned when I'm brave enough to invite the opportunity, I have some ideas. Would you like me to share? Or are there things that you might need that I either can help you with or know someone that can help you with? I find that most of the time that is met with with yes, we'd love that opportunity. And, sometimes people walk away and I know that they're not going to listen to anything that I shared with them and I may never see them again. But I do think that's part of what we should be doing is reaching out to people, offering the connection and introductions. And sometimes those have turned out wonderful.
Yeah. Again, it's got to be interesting, and every day is a little different in that department. So let's do this real quick. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Susan Williams with us here this morning, President and CEO of the Venango Area Chamber of Commerce. And as you mentioned, there are other people that you can recommend that maybe somebody should talk to if maybe that idea isn't completely formed. There's the Gary Svets of the world. There's, the small business folks that are there where you can run numbers through or ideas. And
yeah, we know any number of people on the consulting side, so it is not unusual for me to refer people out to one of the consulting professionals we know, or Small Business Development Center, places like that. I mentioned earlier that I was scheduling some interviews, so I've been doing some interviews for a series that I'm working on. I've done a couple of articles already talking about transitions, succession plans and other transitions. We know that in this world there are constantly transitions going on in business. And too often we hear that people are not prepared for those. They've not done the work to really think through what's going to happen if I move on, or if someone on my staff changes. Do we have the information? Do we have access to things we need? And are we sharing that in a way that prepares us for a smooth transition? So my first article was with Jonathan Bailey, the new president of the hospital, last month with the new owners of Next Step Therapy. And you'll see as I write those articles, some will be new transitions and some may be, even a couple years old, where we're looking at what works with that. What are the kind of things that any leader should be thinking about putting in place to make sure that those transitions can be certainly smooth for those that come into roles, but also leave you feeling good about the legacy that you leave. So, those are the kind of things that I get to do. And even that takes, it has required me to be a little brave in asking for people to take a valuable hour of their time and sit down for an interview, because often people will say, I don't want to talk about myself. But getting them to understand that there are stories to be told. We're always trying to mine those stories in our community.
Do you find that those who have planned well, when a business is sold, are they quick to say thank you and good luck, goodbye? Or do they also say, if you need me, or if you want to, I can be a consultant for a little while, because I'm sure they don't want to walk away and see somebody fail at something they've built over, decades. But
I have seen it all.
Okay.
And that's what we're trying to learn more about is, and I don't think there's a one size fits all.
Yeah.
I think that there are times when it's important to stay close by and be there. I think most new leaders love the idea of trying to do things on their own and make changes without feeling like they're having to kind of bow to the past. But I have, I've seen times when people just cut that, leave it, and may leave a team unprepared. So that's really the purpose of really trying to dive in a little bit, learn a little bit more, and then share those stories, because I think there are those that are out there listening that may have anxiety about future transitions and may want to learn, who's done it well, what are the hazards, who might they be able to talk to if they're exploring that. So that's been a lot of fun. We love doing series. I already have 2 or 3 additional series in my head that I'll get through this one and maybe start a couple of other series that have to do with business topics. We're really interested right now in how everyone's using AI. So we're talking about some uses of those, and there are other things. Always ideas. Shoot me your ideas.
If you want to see some cool AI stuff, come up and visit. We've got.
Okay, now you got me.
Yeah,
I'll be up.
There's some exciting things. I'll share with you later. But no, it's amazing, and it's like every week there's something different. Mm-hmm. So it's got to be interesting.
And as businesses, whether we are excited about it, scared of it, or just I've talked to some people who say I don't think it's the right way to go. I'm not interested, and I don't really like other people doing it. It's here, so figuring out how to manage that is really important to us, like any new technology. So we just always want to be in the place of not necessarily promoting it, but making sure that people have all of the information to make the right decisions and use tools responsibly.
Weather's been great, perfect to just drive around. park your car, get out, walk around, and explore local downtowns. What are your recommendations?
So I was going to say, I'm going to be in big trouble if I don't mention the big event coming up for us, and I don't have much time left. So Cranberry Festival is the place to be this weekend. So on Saturday, the 20th, we will be at the Cranberry Mall. And there's going to be a really fun way to get there that morning because the parade is back. And while I have to give all the credit to the Cranberry Small Business Association for their work on that, there will be 50-some units. It will be on 257. Yes, it will be interesting to see the road shut down, but there's a great detour via Main Street, and of course you can work your way around on some of the other detours too. But come see the parade at 10 o'clock. I think you'll easily be able to make it out to the mall by 11, but you can come out anytime, all day. All kinds of free children's activities. We've got a great lineup. We've got music. We'll be there until 4. Forecast is lovely. If you've got a fun, interesting old car, we've got a car show going on. So drive your car out to the car show, and we've got a whole lineup. And then on Sunday, if you like to fish, there's a fishing derby that's part of that as well. You can find all the information at cranberry-festival.com. And also, come to the Chamber's Facebook page or to our website and get to the whole schedule and see the lineup and see what's going on.
That's great. And they can print stuff off of Facebook page and take it with them if they want to know everything. And
yeah, you can print. If you love having a trifold brochure, you can print one right from the site there that's updated. You want to take a look at our sponsors. We'd love for you to see who makes this happen and the businesses that are involved. And then, for Susan, I'm just going to wrap that festival up with a whole bunch of other stuff. So on Friday, I'll be one of the volunteers for Oil City's Wine Walk. I know they still have tickets available pre-sale, but you can just show up that night. It's going to be a lovely night to walk around downtown Oil City and be able to pick up some wine from regional wineries. And then when I get done with the Cranberry Festival, I'm going to run home and shower and gussy up because the library has a fundraiser that evening, opening their new theater. It is the Gatsby-themed event. And I do believe they still have tickets left for that, but I can't imagine that they won't sell out. So if you love a good gala, and it is a fundraiser for, a very important effort here, our libraries are a very, very critical part of our community. And of course, there's work to do on saving our libraries and funding our libraries. We could talk about that on a future show. But, if you want to have a fun-filled weekend like I do, and then Sunday, I have a feeling that I'll have to do some laundry and dishes and maybe take a nap in the afternoon. We'll see.
I want to know, do you have a 1920s outfit you're wearing?
Well, I think I've got some I can recycle from. Thankfully, in our region, we have been having some, costume galas over the last few years. So I think I can make a 20s outfit come together pretty quickly. But if someone is listening and you're like, I don't have it, we've got great thrift shops, great places you can stop out. But if you really are like, I just don't have the time to do that, Amazon will quickly send you a very, very inexpensive 1920s dress.
There you go.
You can make that all come together for well under $50 if you.
Hey, whether you're walking around Friday for the wine walk, whether you're walking around and exploring Seneca this Saturday for the Cranberry Festival, stop in, visit those businesses, and support them.
For sure. I want to mention one other event that I really, really regret that I'm missing this year, and I don't know if there's still tickets available, but the Farm to Fork event in Titusville, which is right at the railroad station at Drake Well, at the platform. Amazing event. I swore I would never miss it, but there are just only so many weekends and so much happening on. So please, 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 if you don't have plans for Saturday night, go to that, report back to me how wonderful it was, take some pictures, and channel me a bit while you're there.
Susan, great catching up with you.
Nice to see you, and hopefully talk to you next week.
All right, all the best. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Susan Williams joining us here this morning.
attack, of course, expedites the need for renewed strategic defense agreements between us and the U.S.
New Directions Community Credit Union is now open in Titusville. They may be new to our community, but they've been serving our region since 1974, providing their members with affordable products and services. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, volunteers, attends school, regularly conducts business, or who owns a business in Venango, Forest, Warren, or Crawford counties. Visit their new location at 206 South Martin Street in Titusville to learn more about becoming a member. Best of luck to all the students and athletes this fall from New Directions Community Credit Union.
Looking for expert orthopedic care? Dr. Charlie Gates, a trusted name at Titusville Area Hospital, can help you regain mobility and a better quality of life. With years of experience and a passion for personalized care, Dr. Gates specializes in treating a wide range of orthopedic conditions. Whether it's joint pain, sports injuries, or orthopedic surgery, trust Dr. Charlie Gates at Titusville Area Hospital for your orthopedic care. Call 814-827-9770 today to schedule your appointment.
Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning provides residential and light commercial air conditioning services throughout the area. They understand the importance of your cooling system working properly. That is why you can trust in Vanderhoof to do the job right. Whether it's a non-working air conditioner, yearly maintenance, or a new install, you can be assured that we will solve your problem quickly and efficiently. Your home's air conditioning system is far more than just temperature. It's a complete comfort system that combines temperature, humidity, air quality, and above all, safety. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville. Titusville Market Square is home to over 100 unique vendors featuring antiques, collectibles, candles, coins, baked goods, dairy products, food items, comic books, toys, and so much more. You'll discover something new every time you walk through the door. Did we mention the selection of baked goods, breads, Clark's Donuts, and Amish pies? Titusville Market Square has you covered. Stop in to explore today. Titusville Market Square in downtown Titusville.
Our new home.
Somebody pinched me.
Somebody say pinch? Pinch, pinch. We mean we just bought this.
Yeah, we just bought a new house. Why are there crabs?
Don't call for pinches.
Call for protection.
Hit it. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right coverage for your new house and your car.
All right, which way to the sea?
We're in Ohio.
So is that close or?
No.
You got a pool?
No.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Ronnie Long.
And I'm Lisa Mellon.
The name Armstrong reflects more than just a company. It's a promise.
While others focus on the short term, we're building for a future that's limitless.
From the dawn of cable television to the rise of the digital age, we've delivered cutting-edge technology like our advanced fiber network that redefines what's possible.
Guided by our core values, we have proudly served and strengthened communities like yours for generations.
Fat Chad's is Titusville's premier dining destination. Come hungry and enjoy these menu favorites: T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Dive into fresh pasta entrees like shrimp and scallop pasta or our signature Asiago chicken. And don't miss our famous burgers and fish sandwiches, all served with fresh cut fries. Fridays mean prime rib specials. Enjoy wild game Saturdays. And on Sundays, it's our all-you-can-eat wing buffet. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
211 is an easy-to-remember telephone number for finding health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. Every day, highly trained 211 call specialists provide referrals to basic human needs resources like food banks and shelters, physical and mental health, employment support, support for youth and child care programs, and support for adults and persons with disabilities. To learn more, dial 211 or visit pa211nw.org.
U.S. stocks ended lower on Tuesday, with the Dow dropping more than 0.25%, the S&P 500 shedding over 0.1%, and the Nasdaq dipping marginally. Investors were cautious ahead of an expected 25 basis point interest rate cut from the Federal Reserve on Wednesday, said Skylar Wynand, Chief Investment Officer at Regan Capital.
We've already seen a huge run-up in the stock market and the bond market just in the first 15 days of September here. So I don't think the market does a whole lot over the next 24 hours up until that Fed announcement.
Data on Tuesday showed that U.S. retail sales increased more than expected in August, but that did little to change rate cut expectations. Stocks on the move included Webtoon Entertainment, which soared 39% after the company said it will create a new digital platform to feature Disney comic brands, including Marvel and Star Wars. Oracle rose 1.5% after President Trump said the U.S. and China have a deal to keep the video app TikTok operating in the U.S., and multiple news outlets reported Oracle is part of the investor consortium. And shares of NVIDIA dropped more than 1.5% after Reuters reported weak demand in China for its new AI chip.
Well, just a real quick look at that weather forecast for northwest Pennsylvania. Sunny clouds mixed today with temperatures in the low 80s. Some clouds this evening giving way to mainly clear skies overnight and lows in the low 50s. Thursday, sunshine, low 80s. Friday, wrapping up the work and school week with partly cloudy skies and upper 70s. Upper 70s on Saturday with sunshine and maybe some thunderstorms Sunday in the afternoon. But other than that, should see some sun and temperatures in the upper 70s. That is a look at your weather forecast at 8:37. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Well, it's been so long since we've seen our last guest, Kelly Clark. She's the Marketing and Communication Specialist with Titusville Area Hospital. We just needed to check in with her. Kelly, how are you? Good to see you.
I'm good. Thanks for having me back again this month.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been a busy month for you. A lot going on.
It has been a very busy month.
And you brought in some special guests here today. Who'd you bring in?
I did. So we've had Lisa on the show with us before. This is Lisa Cox.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
She's a Penny Assister with Meadville Medical Center. And joining us also is a new Penny Assister, Jennifer Reese.
Good morning.
Jennifer, welcome.
Thank you.
Lisa, let's start with you real quick. Just give us a quick rundown of who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. Lisa Cox. I am a Penny Assister. I help enroll the community into Penny Health Insurance, which is our state-based exchange.
Awesome. Jennifer, how about you?
Yeah, so I'm currently in training. I just recently started, and I work alongside Lisa. And so I am learning all the ins and outs about, how to assist people in obtaining insurance.
That's great. Well, let's talk about it, Kelly. This is obviously very important. We're coming into a pretty busy time for you in this department.
Yes, definitely a busy time. So October starts open enrollment. So to really assist more people, Lisa takes care of the Meadville side of things and also a lot of Crawford County, which includes us. But recently they have expanded her territory to include some other counties. She could probably elaborate more on that. But so we will be having Jennifer Reese in the Titusville Health Center office.
Nice.
And just another step to help people in a rural setting get the health care they need.
Well, Jennifer, we'll talk about what you're able to do in that location. But Lisa, real quick, kind of run down what is Penny, and if somebody's confused by anything, what's the procedure of getting in front of you and sitting down with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So to be quite honest, most of my enrollments are done over the phone. I absolutely can see you in person also. Reaching out to us, you can find us. We'll give our phone numbers. You can find us if you go to pennie.com. That's pennie.com. You could find us on there. So what our main goal is to help everybody get enrolled into a health insurance that's affordable for them. We go by your household size, income, zip code, all of that factors into to see if you qualify for a tax credit. Tax credits are given to help lower your monthly premium. And then this year, I'm sure that most people are aware that they're talking about some big changes, which Congress has till the end of this month, which we're praying that will change what they're their plans are with after you would get over the 400% poverty level. An example would be a household of two over 82,000, I believe 600. At this time still qualifies for a tax credit to help lower their monthly premium. What they want to do is stop everybody that's at that cliff of 400% poverty level and no longer allow them to have a tax credit. So we're really hoping that that will change. And then we'll have a 19% increase for people that are underneath that 400%. So, I mean, you're still going to get tax credits. It's still better than what would be going out looking to buy individual insurance, but it's that 400% poverty level that we're concerned about.
Who should be contacting you or sitting down with you to have these conversations? And I guess what I'm asking too is, I mean, if insurance is being offered through somebody's work, but they're listening to you and going, boy, that sounds like maybe something I should explore. Are they able to do that, or no, because they're being offered insurance?
Absolutely. If you are offered insurance through your job, then you usually do have to stay with that insurance, unless it's possibly considered that it's too expensive. There is a ratio that we can figure out to see if it is considered affordable, not affordable. A lot of people, this is what works great for people who want to retire early. I mean, this comes in really nice for them. Newly married, just had a baby, your job does not offer insurance. It's a lot of people out there. You're turning 26 and no longer going to be on your parents' insurance. Definitely you would qualify. And then with open enrollment coming up, which I'll let you tell a little bit about the open enrollment time periods, that's when we want everybody for sure either to enroll or to be sure you re-enroll, so we're sure we get you into the plan that's best for you for 2026.
In fact, while you were talking, I'm going to retire during this interview because I've already enrolled. I just went through the website, so I may just head out, but thank you.
Quick.
It's that quick.
That's wonderful.
And then real quick before we get to Jennifer, if somebody sat down with you last year, should they contact you again to see if anything changed? Because a lot does change, right?
Absolutely, especially coming up this year. So I'm already making appointments for open enrollment. We definitely want to get in there. Plus, lots of times, if you're on Social Security, you get that COLA raise, so you're going to have a little bit of different income for next year. And if you just retired, next year your income is probably going to be changed because you don't have the job, or just you get raises, or you have a different job. So it's really, really important, especially this year, to reach out to re-enroll during open enrollment.
Okay. Jennifer, explain that open enrollment. I think sometimes that confuses people, or maybe they're trying to get on at a different time of the year and they're having trouble. So talk about open enrollment.
Yeah, sure. So open enrollment is from November 1st through January 15th, right?
That's correct.
Correct, thank you. And anybody during that time can enroll. Otherwise, if it's outside of that time period, you have to have what's called a qualifying life event, which could include, marriage, divorce, the birth of a child, etc. And so at those times of the year, outside of open enrollment, if something like that happens, you can also enroll during that time.
What's the process like? If somebody were to contact you and schedule an appointment, and I think Lisa said you could also talk to somebody over the phone, but how much time should somebody set aside to have a conversation with you, whether it's over the phone or in person?
Yeah, I would say for a brand new enrollment, if someone could set aside about an hour, that really takes the time for us to explore all of the details that are needed to make sure that we are choosing the correct plan.
What kind of information should somebody bring with them or have with them while they're having that conversation? Or is it a lot of maybe there's an initial conversation and this is the stuff you need to provide or find for me to help guide you? Are there things like that, or what?
Yeah, information that someone should bring to their appointment includes any kind of income, household size, any plans for any kind of medical procedures that they know might be coming up over the next year. if they require certain doctors. So if they've seen previous doctors before and they want to continue seeing those doctors, having those names available is also helpful, along with any medications that they might want to or have to be on. That type of information can really help us look at the plans that are available and, again, really guide someone to choose a plan that's right for them and their families.
How much changes year to year? Is it subtle changes, or are they sometimes? And I know, Lisa, you mentioned maybe what's going on with politicians right now, but those other little things that come up, it is something that people should kind of be paying attention to, right?
Definitely.
Okay.
Lisa, maybe you can expand on the types of changes that happen year to year.
Yeah, every year, there may be plans changes, of course, that you had from this year to next year. Maybe there's a different plan offered or not offered. So it's very important.
Or you personally might have gone through something in the past year, right? That says, okay,
yes.
now I need maybe this kind of care.
Right. Or,
Exactly.
yeah, that, or maybe income changes that you will either be able to pay a little more, or maybe you want a different plan that's not as costly.
Kelly, for you, I assume the hospital also has patients who are asking you questions, and you're guiding them to their department. What sort of things do you get? What are you hearing, and what's sort of the response once somebody is talking and learning more about Penny?
So we have a lot of things set up for folks that are maybe uninsured. We have financial waivers, but if they don't qualify for a financial waiver, pushing them into an insurance policy is probably going to be the next best move for them, so they can be covered throughout the whole year, especially if they have kids involved and, like they said, life changes. So maybe that they weren't aware that maybe then they do qualify for this, and it's not going to cost them that much. These plans change every year, so we really just want to have that information ready for someone. Not everyone plans on coming into the emergency room and having something drastic happen. So having this insurance in place prior to that is a really great idea, to have an appointment and get set up with your insurance ahead of time. But if that doesn't happen, after the fact, you can always come in and see these folks and help direct you in the right path.
Lisa, there's a website people can go to, penny.com, and they can start to get some information. But do you find that it is best for them to call and ask questions? What kind of questions do you get from somebody who might start looking and then they're saying, there's just so much here, I'm so confused?
Right. We want to, of course, everybody cost is the first. And then we're just checking to see when we're doing that. Like Kelly said, we're checking, will my medication be covered? Will I be able to have this surgery? How much is it going to cost for lab work? All things like that. One other thing I did want to mention too, that the applications also will decide when we fill them out. Maybe the children will go to CHIP, or they'll send them to Medicaid too. And by the way, CHIP, the kids can be enrolled into that all times through the year.
So not just during this open enrollment period?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And Medicaid throughout the year also, if you qualify.
Jennifer, I would imagine those are things that maybe a lot of people don't know, and by having a conversation or sitting down with you, they're going to at least have everything in front of them that they can make a decision. And there's a little bit of time right now to have that conversation, right? As opposed to waiting till mid-January where that window closes and you're like,
Yes.
wait till next year.
Yes, the earlier the better. And then, they can see what all their options are, really have a moment to then look at those options and examine which one is best for themselves and their families.
What are, I would imagine some other questions you might get are, am I able to keep the doctors that I have? Because I think sometimes if you have, insurance through work, it seems like every year things get changed and you're always like, okay, can we go to this doctor? Can we still go to, I'm sure you get questions like that as well.
We do, especially for people who are managing an ongoing chronic illness. It's really important. They've already established relationships with their physicians, and they usually like to keep them. And so we're able to look at the plans that are available and see which physicians and facilities are included in those plans and guide the person in the right direction.
Being located at that new office location, that opens the door for what areas for people to call or stop in?
Yeah, so I'll be focused really in Warren County and clear over to Potter County.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so a little bit of a range there, but I will be out of the TDU office. And so, as Lisa said, we can also do a lot over the phone. So even though, it's a wide, geography there. So certainly for people who it's not as convenient to meet in person, we could meet over the phone. Also, Zoom and Microsoft Teams, we can do the video chat as well.
Nice. And then Lisa, for you, what's sort of your territory?
So actually I'm over all of that, but we've got Jennifer I'm just telling you, she's taken off running. So mainly for me, it seems that I am Erie and Crawford, Mercer, Venango. I even sometimes have people call from Pittsburgh, and I had a few people from Forest, but that's where we're super excited to have Jennifer. She is coming in. She's from that area, and she's going to make big changes up there. We're really excited to have her there to get that communities in that area enrolled.
That's great. Let's do this real quick. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Friends from Titusville Area Hospital and Meadville Medical Center here this morning. And Kelly, before we kind of recap everything with Penny, anything else going on with the hospital you want to mention?
Yes. So I know recently this month, I'm just keep coming on the show every other week here.
Yeah, you actually have an office up here now. So
that would be great. So we had Devin Zarovchek on. She's our new audiologist at the hospital. She will be starting very soon. We were getting some equipment ready for her. She's offering a lot of different services for anyone that's having any hearing complications. She's offering diagnostics for current hearing aids. If you have current hearing aids, hearing aid cleaning. If you're having issues, she can do cleaning for you, and really just troubleshooting with you if you're having any hearing loss at all. So I just wanted to touch on her a little bit more because after we spoke with you, we went to the YMCA that week and did a talk, and the overwhelming need for her is very apparent.
Oh, wow.
There was a lot of questions, and a lot of people really excited about bringing that service here. So I just wanted to touch base on that again and let everyone know that you can call the hospital.
Did my wife call because she claims I don't hear her?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're different. I don't know if we can help you.
Yeah, well, that's very true.
So to get in touch with Devin, you can call her office line. She's doing services out of the physician services at the hospital. So that number is 827-9770. We also have Dr. Timothy Scott. He'll be doing podiatry. He will be coming on board pretty soon. He will be visiting Titusville on a part-time basis. We don't currently have a podiatrist there, so that will be really great. He's also going to offer some wound care for more complex wounds. We currently do have a wound clinic that's run by our physical therapy inpatient department right now, but he's going to be able to offer some more help for more complex wounds, which is also a need in the area. We haven't talked a lot about it, but I know there's a lot of excitement. Lindsay Thompson, she is a nurse practitioner. She is going to be doing dermatology, and that will be starting in January. And also, like I said, definitely a need in the community. So we'll be excited to bring her on. So those are all people that I'll probably be bringing on and talking about some more.
I know it's January, but you're like blink and it's going to be here.
Yeah, it's going to be here.
And then Donate Life.
Yes, so we just got our designation for platinum recognition for our work during April for Donate Life. It was really exciting. We had a lot of fun activities during our Spirit Week. We actually had a family come in and talk about how Donate Life had affected their family. It was just a really fun week, so that designation just came out. So thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, congrats. That's a lot of work goes into that. So
yeah, it does.
Lisa, you hear Kelly, obviously we've talked before, there's so much going on with our local hospitals. It's outstanding. You have to smile when you come into work, knowing you're helping not just people in our community, but you also are working for an organization that is making sure that the needs of the community are met, and you listen to patients, and that has to be a good feeling to have.
I don't think that I have ever done an interview without saying how much I love my job, how blessed I am to be helping the community, working for such a great organization. You know, people might have a life-threatening illness, didn't think that they could get their needs taken care of. There's so many scenarios. We could go on for days of the different people I've helped. Yes, I love what I do, and it's a wonderful community that we live in, and we have wonderful resources. So definitely blessed.
Well, and Jennifer, for you to kind of pinpoint an area that is really rural, right, and outside, you know, quite a ways away from the nearest hospital, it's probably nice to know that they're thinking about that area and saying, okay, how can we help serve these folks in these communities?
Yes, absolutely. And of course, in addition to helping people with their insurance needs, you know, we can also connect them to other resources in the community. So that's a really rewarding part of the job, and I'm really looking forward to getting out there and meeting more people and being able to do my part in the community.
Now, has Lisa warned you that you might be at the grocery store and somebody behind you says, hey, tell me a little bit more about Penny?
I told her that.
Did you? Okay.
I am sure that will happen. Yes, I'm prepared.
Not to bother you here, but...
and I did get them enrolled, so it did work.
That's right. That's right. And that's okay to have those conversations.
Yeah, for sure.
And you have to smile at those moments, too, just knowing that you're making a difference. And, and again, so Jennifer, back to you. Just recap that enrollment period. And what's the best way to get in touch with you in your area? And, again, over the phone or in person, do you find that a lot of people find it more convenient to sit down in front of you and look at everything, or they don't mind talking to you over the phone?
I would say that most of the enrollments are done over the phone currently. So if anybody would like to reach me, I am available at 814-484-1022. And I am located in the Titusville Medical Office. I believe the address is 115 Main Street. And so if anybody is interested, they can give me a call, and then we could schedule the appointment either in person or over the phone.
Great. Lisa, for you, how do they get a hold of you?
814-333-1758. And my office is located at Meadville Community Health Center, 640 Alden Street. But I, the same as Jennifer, you know, to call me first to make an appointment.
Yeah, you don't want just everybody breaking the door down to...
Yeah, it's horrible. We have security out there.
I think it's that little candy dish, right? On the.
It is,
yeah,
but I just wanted to say security. It sounds better.
People want those autographs, you know?
They do.
And then, Kelly, if folks want to find out what's going on, the latest news with the hospital, how do they get that?
So you can follow our Facebook page. We like to post everything that's going on Facebook. We also have a website, titusvillehospital.org, and you can always call my office. I have a wealth of information I always like to hand out to people, so to get a hold of me directly, 827-1060.
And job posting, career opportunities are always posted. So
yes, we have been filling a lot of our positions recently, but we still have a couple more. So if you are looking to look and check and see what we have available, we have that on our website under our careers tab, and we also have that on our Facebook page. If you don't have internet access, that's perfectly fine. You can give our HR office a call at the hospital.
Great. And that Penny enrollment period is between when?
November 1st through January 15th. We prefer, I always tell everybody, if you get enrolled between November 1st and December 15th, your new plan will take effect on January 1st. From December 16th to January 15th, your new plan will take effect on February 1st.
Okay. Lisa, Jennifer, Kelly, good to see you. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for having us.
Great information as always.
Thank you.